Hey guys, what's up? It's Schla coming back to ya with another episode of Walks with Schla. And I guess to try to continue with what I was talking about earlier, I feel like my intention is to point out the point about, what are we here to do? What is our intention? And maybe it's possible that it is to destroy. And if that's the case, then things start making a lot more sense quickly. What if I'm the person who is basically out of place and thinking that we're here to do good or to try to be good? What if our true destiny is actually to destroy and be destructive? That's totally possible. We basically have no idea what God's intention is for us, what we were placed here to do, and it could be just to pillage, loot, and destroy the world that we are inhabiting. Now, I know a lot of people would think this sounds crazy, and it is, but that's the only way I can make sense of what's going on, is that there was an intentional evil species placed in this realm that isn't of this realm. The carbon-based life is a alien to this planet. There's not really any other way to explain it. To explain why we operate the way we do. It's just remarkably terrible. It's remarkably terrible. And there has to be a reason for that, and what it leads me to is this culminating conclusion. In culmination, I could be the person having it all wrong. What if that this stuff that I'm doing is not supposed to be the case at all, and we're supposed to destroy, like I said, and that's destiny, and that the people who try to do good are just not acting in accordance with nature? Are things just supposed to be bad? Because in that case, well, I guess I should start having fun and fooling around. The problem is I don't even know that I want to do that. I do enjoy what I've been doing. Recording, I guess it's the content that could change, really. That's the only thing that could change. To make some random notations about some things that aren't very deep or anything. It is kind of difficult. I forgot my 14 plus at home today. I think the first time that's ever happened. And it's definitely causing me inconveniences. But it is what it is. I don't know. I'm not really sure what else to say about that. It won't really be a problem in the future once we have the microphone. I suppose I should actually start bringing my iPhone 13 mini with me. Yeah, I think I should. I definitely think that I should. So I think I'll start doing that, because I'm going to have to get used to it, because it's going to be my recording phone. Unless I just scrap all that idea and just make the 14 Plus the recording phone, but I don't think I'm going to do that. Would be an okay idea, though. We'll see. We'll see what happens. How's my day go? How's my day going? Well, my day's going pretty good. It's zipping right by. There's not even too much left, really, when you think about it. I guess what I want to start to think about is who would I be if I didn't try to see through any reasoning lens? Like, if I was just like everybody else and just went all out with, like, I just did what my heart wanted and nothing else. I mean, I don't really know how much would be different. And that's kind of the whole paradox of it. I don't think I'm using that word properly. The whole conundrum. I think the whole conundrum is that I really would not be much different than the way I am, because I obviously just have an attraction or an enjoyment of efficiency. So it's like I do what I do because I like it. You know, I wouldn't do this if I didn't like it. So, yeah, I don't really know what else is there to really say about that. And in terms of enjoyment, I guess what I do feels better. I mean, a fun conversation would feel good, but for some reason I'm not really being drawn to it. So, what am I supposed to do? I'm not gonna force it. I guess I'm just trying to figure out why in the beginning there were certain episodes where I was really having fun, and then now I'm not able to. I already concluded, I personally think most of it has to do with, I feel a lot of weight. I'm feeling a lot of weight right now. And so it's putting pressure on me to basically feel the need to excel or want to excel or to buckle down. You know, that's been the vibe I've felt for a bit now. And so that's obviously making it so, I don't know, I'm just in this kind of a headspace pretty often. I haven't really been able to get out of that, especially with the way people around me have been treating me for a while. And then also a lot of beliefs that I'm setting on myself, too. It's not exclusively other people's fault, really. I could still have just bought more stuff, and maybe I should just do that. But for some reason, well, it's not just for some reason. I do feel a genuine stress about money, and it seems like a bad time to be spending. Like it's things are tightening up. The economy is absolutely tightening up, and there's much of a reason to be worried or concerned. You know, there just is. So I'm just trying to watch, you know, I'm trying to watch it and be careful about things, because I have no idea, you know. I have no idea what's to come, and I'm just trying to brace myself. I guess I still have worries about things, not due to the fact of a lack of skill, but of a lack of assimilation, because I have no idea what would happen if I lose my job. I mean, to get another job, I'm still worried about. It seems very difficult to get a job now, so there's obviously stress. There's obviously a lot of stress right now. And so what I have saved up, I think I hold a lot more credence to than most people. Like, I don't feel secure, you know? And I think that's why I guess I have what I have, because I don't really feel secure and I feel like I have to save more. But, you know, I don't really know what the truth is. I'm not really sure what I should be doing, but I still want to follow through with my saving for a year, 2026 saving. It's just that there is consequences of that. Like, I'm living in a way that is not at my highest joy. Obviously, there are things I want to get that would not even be that costly in the grand scheme of things, but that I'm trying to resist because I've had a hard time resisting in 2025. I've really purchased a lot of things, and like towards the end of 2024. So I just want to try to zoom out, but the truth is, it seems like either way I'm not happy. I'm not really happy restricting myself, and I'm not really happy like letting myself go crazy either. And I know the common answer to that would be, oh, well, why don't you try a balance? I just don't work with balances, you know, like that's not me as a person. I work in swings, and a balance doesn't really feel good, and that's the problem with keeping things at a balance. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel very intense. I almost get more depressed with a balance. So I have to like swing from one feeling to the other because I crave feeling, is what I crave in this world, because it's a world that seems devoid of feeling. It seems like, and I think the time period I'm living in more so than ever is filled with people making fun of people, diminishing and invalidating how people feel. A lot of the people who do feel and express, sometimes it is lame or invalid, and it's like boring. So that's like my way to sum things up. People aren't feeling enough, and they're possibly feeling in kind of lame ways, if that makes any sense. It's kind of interesting to think about, isn't it? You know? Like what we're going through and the time period I'm alive for and what it all means, why I'm here, how I'm here, how we're here. But in terms of our actions, that is the thing that's interesting. I mean, I claim that the differentiator is that I just value reason and logic more than a lot of people. But it's not, I mean, maybe it is a higher value. Yeah, it definitely is. It's a higher value. But again, the truth is I wouldn't do it if I didn't enjoy it. So a human is still triggered by pleasure. Like there's, in some way or another, of course the higher forms of pleasure are going to be more refined, but I don't really see how, again, it's not just that same thing, pleasure. Even though it's a higher form, it's the same motivation. So I don't know what really makes it that distinct or meaningful. I'm not sure. But I think I've mentioned that reasoning before, and it is a bit silly. I think there's absolutely a reason to be pushing for a higher form I think I just end up having these loop conversations and loop rationales because of the world that I am inside of. Like, it causes you to do that. If I were able to have a conversation like this with another person and actually get a real living dialogue out of them on a regular basis, then I probably wouldn't get caught in such relatively stupid loops. But it comes as a result of you're subject to solitude in this world. That's what happens. Like, I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice. This isn't a topic that is readily accessible, right? So that's why I'm subject to where I'm at. But there's consequences to that. It makes it so a lot of times I think wiser thought gets overthought because there's so much less of an outlet for it. And that is a huge problem, you know? That's not something that's easy. It doesn't have an easy solution. We're getting to the point where AI is a thing, and that makes it easier. It makes it a little bit easier for me. But I still am not a believer in AI being a truly revolutionary force, at least not yet. It's still in this phase where it's essentially a mirror, and it's been a huge help. I think it's huge progress for the furthering of these kind of conversations, and at least, you know, entertaining them, I guess. And it has been a great thing for me. But again, the truth is that it could be better. It definitely could be better. And we still don't have like a true artificial intelligence. I think it's essentially just verbal extrapolation as far as I'm concerned. That's kind of how I feel it. That's kind of how I feel what it is. I feel like that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's just mirroring what you're saying, which is cool as like something to fool around with or to help you a little bit. But it's rare that I talk to AI and actually get anywhere. That's like the difference, you know? It's rare that I actually have a consistent progression with the AI. Here and there, after like sifting through paragraphs of text, it strikes some interesting insight. But GPT-5 has been relatively disappointing, and it's not really pushing the mind in the same way I think even GPT-4 does, which I know is leading people into these manic psychotic states. But I actually think for humans and humanity, that's pushing us to the limit. There needs to be a psychosis that is good. I think that's the problem. Like, you basically would want to have everybody in a state of psychosis, but in a positive direction, not going crazy over nothing, but going crazy over something. Going crazy, being obsessive over something that promotes a better humanity. This is what you think about when you think about a mad scientist working in the lab, staying up till 3 a.m. every night. They're psychotic. You know, don't get me wrong, they're crazy. But it's not a bad thing, what they're accomplishing with that sense. And so that's what I think is important to bear in mind with this stuff, is it's like, you can't just base it off of, like, see, AI is not good because it's giving people psychosis. Oh, we got to turn it down. No, y'all got to turn it up. Y'all got to have, like, what is it called? I can't believe I forgot it again. I can't believe it. I'm pretty disappointed in myself for that. Because it's not cynicism. It's not cynicism. Why am I not remembering it? I'm so angry. My brain is not no. In psych. I don't remember it. That's definitely frustrating. Well, we'll just try to move past it because this is wasting too much time, and it's just some silly word that I can remember and look up easily if I really wanted to. No, I was still trying to. It's like really on the tip of my tongue too. But anyways, we need like a version that is going to make you crazy, but just regulators into what kind of crazy. Not like literal, just delusional, like fictional psychosis, but non-fictional psychosis, I think, would be a godsend to humanity. We need people going crazy, but going crazy about good things, going crazy about things that matter, losing their mind to gain their mind in a new way. And it's such a powerful tool, but it's those people who are working on it need me on the team, like, rapidly. Sam Altman, hire me right now. Just directly call me. Export all my logs. You know, like I'm crying out. I'm hollering. I'm screaming for recognition. I could really help humanity. You know, if you just let me get to work, let me get in a room, pay me a relatively low salary. I don't even care about the money so much, you know. I'll live with AI, I'll breathe AI, I'll sleep around AI. You know, I'll sleep there too. You know? Just get me in a room with a bunch of microphones and cameras. Are you hearing this, Sam Altman? Are you hearing this? Are you hearing this, Peter Thiel? Get me in a room with y'all. Contact me, because I'm wasting my breath. I'm wasting my life. I'm wasting my humanity on the past, and I'm ready for the future. I'm begging for the future at this point. So save me. That's all I ask for. And I hope that soon I will be in a position that is adequate for my pursuits. That's all I hope. That's all I can hope for, really. But anyways, I think it has been schla, but now it's time to buy schla. So, see you schla.